Hello and welcome to QSPORT, and thank you very much if you're just joining us. I am Momudu Gachiga. Coming up tonight on QSports, Gambia's First Division League champions, Brikama United, will play against Raja Casablanca of Morocco. Let's see how it's going to pan out. Longevity in football, especially in the senior national team. Ibrahim Sohna has been one player who played for the Scorpions senior men's team since 2008. We will talk to him about his experience. Jara West over the weekend got the better of Kiang East in a 2-1 victory in the second division qualifiers. And how about being a professional boxer in Sweden? We talk about Tijan Kebe, who is doing his boxing profession in Sweden. This and many more on tonight's Q Sports. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is Q Sports. First, we begin with Brikama United, who are playing against Raja Casablanca, who finished second in the Moroccan First Division League. The game is poised to be on Saturday at the Independence Stadium. And earlier on, we had a chat with the president of the Brikama United Football Club, that is Victor Sambu, about the game. What are his team's chances and how far are preparations as far as this game is concerned? It's the CAF Champions League preliminary stage. Let's hear from Victor.
I think I can tell you that for real that Brikama is well prepared. Brikama are a footballing community that's full of surprises, and they are used to pulling surprises. Yes, we definitely knew that we're meeting people that we need to give so much respect to, because if you look at their history, in this competition, you definitely know that they are not a small team. But nonetheless, we as Brikama, when you look at Gambian football also, we are not that much as small as people may see or people may think. So in such attacks, we also want to be the pace setters for the Gambia, because none of these Gambian teams have ever proceeded to the group stage. And this is our number one target, that we want to be in the group stage. As we may have heard from our coach, Charlie, that his intention is to be in the group stage. Then when we reach the group stage, we'll then see what will happen. Like we started this year, when we took over office, our committee, all what we want is a youthful team. A team that will actually win the league in the next 2-3 years. But bringing these young ones together, we realize that they have the potentials. They have the ability to win the league. Then we push for the league, and that's why we won it. So in the same vein, we want to pull surprise against Raja Casablanca. We want to shock them. It is achievable, like you said it. When you look at other teams also, for example, in the World Cup or whatever, there are some teams that you know they've never crossed out in the World Cup stage, at World Cup. But you may have realized that some of them will crash and will not even participate in the World Cups. So it's the same we want to suck Raja Casablanca. Definitely we want to give them that due respect. But we want to suck them this time. We want to. Yeah, it's rather unfortunate. Our wish was to host this game inside Brikama. But apart from the requirements that are set, we also assess ourselves. As you may have known, there is a lot of development going at the field, infrastructural development like the pavilions, and we have a lot of exposed stones, which we can be liable to anything, or the fans can be liable to anything. So we thought it wise, with the advice of GFF, and again, if you may have realized, every year GFF do send a report as to the venues that can host CAF championships or international games. It's only the Independence Stadium that we have in this country that is qualified to do that. So when we assess ourselves, we realize that it is a risk taking a game to Brikama, because this Moroccan can come and then say, yes, this field is not fit for the game, so we are not going to play. Automatically we are penalized after spending so much. So that's why we also think it's better we go to the stadium, and then that's where we also try our luck in terms of finance. When it comes to the game, we are winning. Yes. I'm very confident we are winning. Thank you very much. And I want all the fans to be there. It might be expensive, it might be cheap, but I want them to come and see Raja Casablanca against Brikama. The team that is full of surprises. The young, talented players that we've just groomed and are now able to win the GFF League in the eyes of big teams like Real Armed Forces that are well structured and have the financial muscle. Brikama don't have the financial muscle, but we're also trying to match those big teams that are financially strong.
If there is one player who has longevity in his football career, especially playing for the senior national team, the Scorpions, of course, obviously, your pick could be Ibrahim Sahna. He has started his football career in the junior ranks as far as the Scorpions are concerned. In 2005, the under-17, which was hosted and won by the Gambia. He proceeded and played in the 2007 Youth Championship, that is in Congo, Brazzaville, and Gambia finished third. And Ibrahim Sahna moved on to be part of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup team that played in Canada and reached the second round. Ibrahim Sahna, as we speak, has since earned his place in the national team in 2008 to date, although he has been on and off. But we earlier on had a discussion with him about how he was able to stay in the national team for this long. And also, as players, how do they feel when they see the likes of Guinea-Bissau, Mauritania, and Cape Verde in the Africa Cup of Nations? And what are they going to do in the qualifiers of the 2021?
Thanks for having me. And I'm going to answer your first question. What kept me going still in the national team? Well, for me, I'm just someone who is hungry for success, and I love my country. I'm always happy to represent my country, and I mean that's kept me going, to be honest. And the second question about like for us to qualify in African Cup of Nations, I mean, is for me as a player, it's very, very, very hard, painful, because when you see the Guinea-Bissau, Cape Verde qualifying, we are still now, we don't qualify yet. I mean, there's so many things Cape Verde and Guinea-Bissau they have done. I mean, they open up like to spend more money and get a proper preparation, and that's give them the results now. And for me in Gambia, I think those are the things like we have to get ready for. I mean, if we want to qualify, to start to invest more. I mean, not to see like when you're spending 10,000 on a player and say like it's a big money. I mean, football is very expensive, to be honest, if you want to read there. So, and for us, the senior players, we had a meeting with the GFF we give them some tip how we can compete to qualify. And the good thing is like they agree in all of that. So I think these qualifying rounds which are coming, I think is going to be a lot of different, because now what we are doing, the GFF, they are challenging us with the players, we are challenging them to read there. You know, I mean, it should not be nice things between us. I mean, they have to demand from us to win games, to perform, and we too, we have to demand from them. This is what we want. This is what we need to reach in the level we want. This is what we want to qualify. So this is what is going on between GFF, and they agree in everything. So this is a positive things from them. And one thing again, like to reach where we want to go, the ministry have to help the GFF to invest a lot. They are doing their best, but it's not enough. It have to be more for us to have proper preparation, for us to have lot of international friendly so that the coach will know the players, we the players to know each other. So with all this and with the support of the fans, I mean together, I think we can qualify for the first time. But we have to be even more hungry, more ready to sacrifice. Football nowadays, I mean, you have to invest to reach where you want to go because with the invest, that's how you can have a proper preparation to challenge the other countries. Yeah, this is my answer. Thanks.
Welcome back, and thank you very much if you're just joining us. This is Q Sports. Now let's have a look at schools football. Over the weekend, there was a big football final at the Independence Stadium. So many schools took part in this competition, but at the final moment, there would obviously be one winner. Did Gambia Senior Secondary School won the double? To know that, let's join Babukar C.
Bottrop Senior Secondary School's female team eventually eased past defending champions Gambia Senior Secondary School in a marathon post-match penalty shootout which ended 9-8 after the game had ended in a 1-all stalemate in regulation time. In the females' final, Kadibayo fired Gambia High into the lead on the stroke of halftime with a well-taken free kick that wowed the spectators. The goal put her side on a comfortable footing heading into the dressing room, knowing that they would need to step up their game in the second half if they wanted to maintain their lead. The second half proved to be the most interesting part of the game as Bottrop rectified their first half errors and mounted a spirited challenge, pressuring their opponents for the equalizer. The pressure paid dividends thanks to Fatu Sonko, who grabbed the much-needed and much-deserved equalizer for the West Coast girls. The contest could not be settled in normal time, and the central referee brought the game to an end and pointed to the spot for penalty kicks. After a marathon penalty shootout, Bottrop made it through when their goalkeeper saved the Gambia High's 9th spot kick, sparking wild jubilation among their players and fans. Head coach Fakeba Sen shared his joy with us after winning.
I am so excited. I don't even know where I am. This is why they are celebrating. I cannot celebrate because this is something that I have been working for 4 years. I could not have it within their 3 years. So today I have it. So I am so excited today.
You lost to them last year. What have you worked on coming into this year's final?
Yes, last year I lost to them, and year before last also I lost to them. The problem that was affecting me, those are the problems that I try to rectify back home because it's not easy to win this competition. I have been working for this since September up to now. I have been playing series of test games, and I know the areas that was my problem. Those are the areas that I make sure I go all out to find some of those players and bring them together so that they can have coordination. Then I prepare for this day.
The other semi-final, played at 5 p.m. between Nasir and Gambia High in the male category, was a complete contrast as the contest rained goals. The Gambia High boys wiped away the tears of the female side by humiliating Nasir 4-1, with goals from Abdullah Balde, who scored twice. Dauda Sankare and Kutubo Sanyang wrapped up the scoring to inflict a heavy defeat on Nasir. The Basse boys never gave up and scored a consolation goal thanks to Aliou Balde. However, his goal never threatened the Banjul boys' dominant possession. Fode Mane, the coach guiding the Nasir boys, is not disappointed despite losing heavily, describing the final as historic for him and his boys.
It is not disappointing for me. We made history because this is our first time playing this final. We have been coming here for the 4th time. Now it is our first time playing the final. So I don't think it is a very big blow for us, despite we have shown a very great display. The boys, they played very well, but it was just not on our side. So we have to take it with good faith. The 4 goals, despite being 4 goals, but for me it's not disappointing because we made history. Nasir made history for Basse and for the school itself.
For the Gambia High head coach Sekou Sane, the work to defend the title starts now.
We prepare very well because every champion should be prepared very well. We have to defend this trophy. Inshallah, we have to prepare very well. We are starting preparation still right now. Because we have been scouting some players. Some of our players are leaving. We have two key players who are leaving. So we have to start scouting since now, right now.
What's your words to your fans?
Fans, we feel excited. We are thanking them. Since day one, they are following us. So we feel excited. Thank you everyone who supported us from day one.
Both champions went home with a giant trophy and a cash prize of $75,000 each, while the runners-up got consolation prizes of $50,000 each. Other prizes awarded on the evening included the best goalkeeper, leading goal scorer, and best player.
Finally, on Q Sports. Sports is one of the fundamental tools that can raise the flag of a country, and boxing is no exception. Tijan Kebe is a Gambian based in Sweden, and he's a professional boxer. We earlier on had a discussion with him about life of being a boxer in Sweden. Let's hear from Tijan.
Assalamu alaikum mbokki Gambia maa ngi leen di nuyu di leen gërëm di leen sant seen doom la seen doom la seen rakk seen mag seen jaraba seen nijaay.
My name is Tijan Kebe, born and raised in the Gambia. I began my boxing career in the Gambia from grassroots to the national team. I had the opportunity to represent my country in the sub-region before going to Italy for my first international boxing. Now, I am doing professional boxing in Sweden on the middleweight category.
That's it on tonight's Q Sports, and thank you very much for your company. Until we come your way next week, keep on sporting, and bye for now.